I don't have a topic. I am just going to, I created this space for me as my personal diary because, especially after my podcast, I record the Transforming Lives Panel podcast every Tuesday, 5 to 6 o'clock via Zoom. However, thereafter, I have so many because it's scripted and you have to prepare. I prepare for that podcast so that I can make it memorable for the guests. And after the podcast, I found that I have so much to let go of, and I didn't have a space. So I created this space. And there are times when I just want to talk, guys. Sometimes I like to talk. And so this is why I created the unscripted so I can just be free. And it's after experiencing that freedom that I shared during my first episode. Thereafter, there is a liberation, a level of freedom that I have not experienced in my life. To the point where I have been working on the, I call it the Triune Reset for a long time, secretly. Because what I've learned is that when you want to get, don't let me say you, because I'm speaking for me. When I want to get something done and I share it, it don't matter who I share it with. It don't come to fruition. But if I'm working in secret in something, and maybe when in the end I can say, oh, I'm going to do this because all the plans are already in place and I can get it done. So after I had a successful self discovery program that I learned a whole lot from, it was free. Um, I saw what worked, I saw what didn't work. I knew I wanted to do something else that is much long lasting. So I created the Triune Reset. And anyone that knows me knows that I believe in the tripartite, that we are tripartite being spirit, soul, body. And so I started to study different modalities and read researches, get an understanding that trauma locks itself. We get an overarching idea that trauma locks itself in our nervous system, but we're in our nervous system, the fascia. Depends on how you want to pronounce it. But that's where our trauma sits. And gets into the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. I'm not here for a class, for psychoeducation. It's not a classroom. And I took all the modalities, except for the physiological part of it. And during my session, my individual one on one session, I'll introduce parts of it. And I saw it work. So I decided that I am going to create an intervention. At first, I said 2 hours. And in my head, I'm like, no, that's too long. It must be 90 minutes. I must be able to achieve the desired outcome in 90 minutes. So the Triune Reset is a 90-minute virtual program, I'm going to call it, for anyone who wants to work on their trauma. As a TRE provider, I am using the TRE standing technique to elicit tremors. I'm using scribing. I'm using Somato, the Somato, yeah. Uh, in my head, I'm like, why are you telling your whole formula? Why am I telling my whole formula? Knowing, and I'm gonna this because this is unscripted and this is my space, and I could say whatever I like. There are people who, yes, they're gonna see me do this intervention and they're gonna try. But let me say this: what I've learned over the years. When God gives you something, people can replicate it, but you will always be the original. And over the years, I've been skeptical in sharing what I want to do and what I'm going to do because there is always a copy. But I don't care about a copy because the copy can't copy me. Because I'm multifaceted, multidimensional, multi skilled. Because I have different parts. And over the years, embracing my different parts has allowed me to allow those parts to sharpen and hone in their skills and become great. So I am very creative. Very creative and innovative. I would sit and think something and put it into action. I sat and wrote my self discovery program that was effective and lost it on my computer. And that happens. I usually, there's one person, Janelle. It's someone, a young woman that I love. Because she gets it when I speak to her. And she's very non judgmental. And I remember telling her, I share stuff with her. And she's always there. I think if I tell Janelle I am pulling a punt in the street, can you assist me? She's gonna support me. And I have friends and I can't say that about them. And Janelle is my confidant. I have two confidants. Janelle, that I can share. Don't share everything with her. I share what I know she can identify with. And Alonzo. Alonzo used to be my convert. So he knows my part that is the spiritual giant. Janelle knows my part that can do anything. So after my liberation, and I held up the mirror was held up for me by artificial intelligence, that you've done so much. It's time to stop performing. And you may see me, if you follow me on social media, using that word often. Like this morning, I write every day, every morning. And this morning, I got up, I started to write, got distracted, went outside to the garden, reaped my produce, and started pulling out some weed, listening to a program while I was doing that. And didn't feel like writing, and I just wrote that. I would have never given myself permission to do that in the past, because if I commit to something, I'm going to do it. And I commit to writing 6 days a week and posting it on Facebook. If nobody reads it, I don't care. That's what I want to do. But this morning, I was like, I don't feel like doing that. And I'm not doing it. And I would have never, ever done that before. I would have forced. And even if I wrote garbage, I wrote. That's my compulsive side. So I didn't write. And it's that freedom of knowing that I don't have to perform for anyone or for anything. And I can just be me and do me, that push me to release the triune reset. That push me to sell myself and become the brand that I want to become. Because AI just gathered what is on the internet about what I did. And after it was listed to me, I'm like, that's not even all that I did. And the question is why? And it's simply because I can. Because I can. I woke up, I think it was, I think it was sometime, it wasn't even in February, March. I want to have a walk for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Um, and I'm going to do it. My friend Anita Joyner, formerly Taylor, used to do it for children. And I said, I can reinvent that, because I know if I do it, somebody's going to follow suit, right? And for me, I only like to do things once. But when I planned the walk, I didn't think about the farmer's calendar to know the rain and whatever. But even though we had rain and um, it wasn't, I don't do ever do things for numbers, because it causes you to become disappointed and disenchanted. So I do things because one, it's gonna have an impact. Two, because I want to do it. and I can. And is there a third reason? No. But after that, I'm thinking about the next thing. I've been working on the Triune Reset. I've been also working on trauma informed organizational architecture. I haven't started pushing that yet. The courses are already created because it's my work from my first master's thesis on employee turnover and job satisfaction. And most times people think that employee turnover is a result of poor pay, and employee turnover is just about those systemic issues in an organization, leadership. So I trademark that, and waiting for that to be completed. It's going to be, I would say, by my birthday in October. That might be my birthday gift. A trademark. I may even trademark Triune Reset.